Hello and a very warm welcome to this very important
All the
Super
best.
4 encounter
Yes.
between India and Bangladesh. Stakes are simple. If India
बहुत
beat
बढ़िया है बताओ
Bangladesh,
कैसे हो
then
क्या हो गया
final is
हाँ
sealed
कल
for
नहीं
India.
कल यहाँ नहीं आया
If
कल तो मैच नहीं
India
था
lose to Bangladesh,
हाँ लास्ट
no one sealed their spot in the final. Because if Bangladesh wins, Sri Lanka only have a mathematical chance to make it. The permutation and combination is simple. You have to ensure if India win today, they are in the final, Sri Lanka out. Then the winner of Pakistan, Bangladesh, they will make it to the final. So in all probability, you are looking at India versus Pakistan final or an India-Bangladesh final if India win, because they are all playing very well at this point in time. And the head-to-head will also suggest 16-1. I mean, we thought KKR-MI's head-to-head record, it was bad. This is even worse.
He just needed one chance.
Yeah.
One chance.
This was
IPL was done months back.
this was uncalled
Leave me
for,
alone.
Siddharth. Uncalled for. I must.
I'm looking at the history, which has been the teams that have had horrible head-to-head records against each other. For example, when I look at rugby, the Wallabies, Australia, have a terrible record against the New Zealand All Blacks. Contrast that with cricket. Australia have a brilliant record against New Zealand.
I don't know the exact numbers, but Chelsea Tottenham at one point in time was a very one-sided rivalry to the point where it actually became a joke among Chelsea fans that the old stadium, which was called White Hart Lane, they nicknamed it 3-point lane. So because they'd go there and win all the time.
Wow.
So it was that sort of a rivalry. So yeah, I think India-Bangladesh is kind of similar.
Speaking of that, since you're talking about head-to-heads and all, also since United Chelsea it took place just a couple of just a week back, in fact.
Just this weekend only.
Yeah, just a week back. I was looking at this number, how Chelsea haven't won at Old Trafford for what, 5 years now? Six, I think.
It's been a long, and this is a time when everyone is going and winning in Old
Yeah.
Trafford.
Yeah. So, before we come to the match, we've got our man at the ground in Nikhil. And Nikhil, how is situation in windy Wellington? Or would I say windy Dubai? Because it was very windy when you last did that show.
Dusty
And
Dubai.
Dubai transformed into Wellington. How is it there now?
it's still quite like that actually I'm having to hold the tripod because if I leave it there's a good chance that it might just fall over, so it's quite windy right now, and it's suddenly come about. It was quite dry and hot throughout the day. Just as the sun is setting down now, it is 5:30 here at the moment, little about 5:35, sun setting down, and suddenly this breeze is coming. And I think while we have to fight the wind, which is still okay, I think for the players it's going to be a big relief because such hot and humid conditions here, because it gets humid. The ocean's not too far away. For them, it can be quite energy sapping. So for their sake, this wind, I think, will serve them well when they're on the field. And you got to think of it from Bangladesh's point of view. Bangladesh had to play back-to-back matches. They're playing a game today and playing a game tomorrow versus Pakistan. Who knows if this game goes according to plan, by which I mean, India start as a favorite and a good chance that they win. If India were to win this particular encounter, then that becomes a virtual semi-final between Pakistan and Bangladesh. So imagine Bangladesh having to play that crucial game in less than 20 odd hours, or maybe about 18 hours since the time that they'll be leaving the ground, reaching their hotels, and in 18 hours time they'd have to be bowling the first ball of the next game. So not a feel for them in this heat to be playing. But the only relief is this breeze that we spoke about, and also the fact that it's a T20 game, so recovery time can be much quicker. Had this been an ODI tournament, oh boy, it would have been very tough to recover under those circumstances.
Nikhil, are you getting any kind of indication, and even from the practice session that you covered yesterday, are India going to make any changes, or they are going to go in with the same playing 11? Because you mentioned in the live that maybe they would want to have an extra fast bowler in the build-up to this game.
See, them getting an extra fast bowler is purely my reading of the game. That is something that I would want the Indian team to do. But will India make changes? I doubt it. I doubt that they'll be making any changes. It's because of the fact that, they seldom change their winning combination. And it's not just about this tournament that I'm talking about. Look at the way they won the T20 World Cup with 3 spinners. Look at the way that they played here in the Champions Trophy, different format, but similar strategy. Look at the way that they've been playing at home, all these T20I series that they've been playing at home for the last 1 year. Everywhere they've gone in with 3, maybe on some occasions, even 4 spinners. So I think that's pretty much tried and tested for them. So for them to change that, it'll have to be a massive beating here or there that they change it. But because they haven't, and we were talking about this record, Bangladesh versus India. Just look at India's overall record. Since the start of 2024 to now, year and a half, they've won 32, lost 3. I mean, look at that. That's called dominance. It's probably the best T20I side ever assembled. So that's how good they've been with this formula. So will they change it? I don't think so. But as me personally, I was of the opinion that you bring in another fast bowler. So for India has been the clutch bowling. And I think that is something that they need to fix at the moment. Also, their spinners have been being only bowled 1 over last game. So to think of bringing in another fast bowler, I thought yes, that is something that India could have looked at. In terms of what I saw at the practice session, should they be making any changes? I don't think so. Many were speculating the fact that Jitesh started the practice session. He was batting there. Shivam Dubey as well as Rinku Singh started the practice session. So maybe there could have been some sort of indication that they might be starting. But that is not exactly how it's going to happen. I doubt that's what they are looking to do, because Sanju also batted a little later in the day. And I know that there has been some questions whether he can adjust to that middle order spot or not. But I still feel no. I think they'll continue with Sanju. They're not going to make those changes. Jitesh was doing a lot of wicket-keeping drills too, but I doubt. And the other thing was like, Jasprit Bumrah, does he continue to play or not? Does he need some rest? And for that also, I made it very clear, and so did Mr. Gavaskar, who was joining us on the program a short while ago on Sports Today, that no, play him this game. It's an important game. You need to win this, qualify for the final. If you really need to rest him, look at the next game, the Friday game. Because if you won this, you qualified for the final, then maybe you could look to make a few changes.
Okay, so Nikhil, when you look at this current thing, I mean, the buzz around this game, I know Bangladesh, our head-to-head record has been skewed. I mean, if you look at 16-1, the only time they won was 6 years ago. But do you think that India are taking this with the dominant way that they're taking this game very seriously, or they're conserving their energy for tougher battles, potentially for the final, or potentially for the dead rubber against Sri Lanka? Because if India win today, as you said, the game against Sri Lanka is a dead rubber for them.
No, but how do you, Siddharth, in any way conserve your energy before qualifying for the final? I mean, I always say, don't take this for granted that you're through to the final. One bad game, I'm assuming, let's say, this is that bad game, you lose. What happens then? Then the pressure is on you, because last game then becomes do or die encounter. You have to win that game to qualify. So I don't think India will be looking at taking this game easily. It's a very important game. If at any point you want to relax, after the game, this particular game is done, and once they win that, then maybe you can look at relaxing a bit. Not at the moment. No chance of taking this particular game easy, or thinking that this particular thing is done. Let me show you some pictures as well. See, these are fans all turning in, going inside to the stadium. That's the stadium there. That's the stadium where all the action is going to be. I'm just standing here at an area where we can film. Anywhere closer to this, we're not allowed to film. So, yeah.
But this is not to be confused with the PMOA, right?
Sorry?
I'm saying this is not to be confused with the PMOA, right?
PMOA is inside, no? It's always inside the stadium.
No,
it is inside the...
I remember once, I think, Nikhil, during the Asia Cup T20 of 2022, somewhere here he landed himself in some kind of trouble because of filming close to that area. Remember, Nikhil, in the 2022 Asia Cup, game?
Yes. I'll tell you what had happened. There was news that there is a fire near the stadium. I think that was also an India-Pakistan game.
Correct.
Yeah. And I reached there and I saw there was smoke coming. And I ran. It was on the other side. So it's quite a walk, about a kilometer and a half. I ran to take those shots. And I found that area where the fire was. I started filming it, and then a cop came there and told me, "Stop it, delete that recording here, unless you want to be deported out of Dubai." So I promptly followed orders.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember that because I think it was the
Yeah.
Super 4 match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was the Super 4 match.
Yeah, and that was.
I think it was caught live, wasn't it? It was live. Was I live at that time? I think I was.
You were
Yes.
live. Yeah, Nikhil, you were live at
Yeah.
that time. So yeah, that was a very scary incident that I do remember from the
Yeah.
Asia Cup, and that was a game which unfortunately India lost to be knocked out of the tournament at this point. But I mean,
Yeah.
talking about fire, I mean, I remember the last time when India and Bangladesh, the one time that Bangladesh won,
2019.
2019, it was right here at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and I had seen from the press box. I was glad that I was inside the press box because more than the runs, the apocalyptic air that had enveloped Delhi at that time in November. Oh my goodness.
The AQI was over 900.
900 was the AQI.
Crazy.
The game got delayed by 3 hours. But you still played that game. Bangladeshi players were very ill and they continued playing, and that was the only time which you lost to Bangladesh. And incidentally, what was that? Whose first game it was? Shivam Dube.
Oh.
That was his first T20I game for India.
One of the few matches that he's lost in his career.
Exactly. Like Nikhil, I highlighted a statistic, right? 32-3. In his case, it's close to 35-3 with 2 no results
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Shivam Dube.
Last 32-30. Now, if you take into consideration the 4 matches that he's played, now that number increases to 36, I think, or 35, something like that. It must be now, because those losses in case of Dube had come early on in his career.
Early on in his career, yeah. So that's why he has been simply, if you look at it, Indian cricket's
Lucky charm.
Yep, indeed. So I do remember that was eons ago, 6 years ago, that Bangladesh had beaten India.
Tells you everything that the last time that happened, we didn't even know that COVID was a thing. So that's how far ago it was.
It was a different era. And Bangladesh have been so close to beating India. 16 T20 World Cup. That epic choke that they had. And apart from that, they were the only team that had reached the final of 2 Asia Cups. Both T20I and ODI in 18 and 16. Both times in thrillers. I mean, the 18, I think it was a thriller that they lost to India. So
Looking at just these visuals, Nikhil, that you're projecting for us, it does look
Yeah.
like there's going to be a very good turnout for today's match.
Yeah. It's a lot of people coming. You can see, I don't know how far back you can see. It's the queue is extending even beyond my vision. So loads of people coming in, and I think it would be fair to say, for what I've seen outside in terms of jerseys, it seems like 50-50. That rarely
Wow.
happens in India.
Yeah,
games.
that's what I was
But
going to
enough
say. I see a
Bangladesh-
lot of Bangladesh fans actually. Normally,
Yeah.
you see for these kind of matches, the Indian jerseys, the Indian team is dominating, but there's a lot of Bangladesh fans turning up for this one.
yeah, I mean,
That's correct. It seems like 50-50 at the moment to me. Loads of fans turning up, and the queue, and let me show you, that's where it's coming from. That's one end where you can see, I don't know till how far back you can see, till the end of the street. It's very long. And let me show you this side. Also, they're all heading. So it's another kilometer this side, the queues. So pretty long queues, loads of fans. They're all coming in to watch this game. It's a working day here in Dubai. Yet you've had, and you can hear a lot of Bangladesh screaming right now. Subdued Indian fans, quite boisterous, loud Bangladeshi fans.
You're just going by what we're seeing right now, Nikhil. In fact, I'll give the edge to Bangladesh fans in terms of the turnout. It's looking like a 55-45 sort of a scenario.
I did
Could be, possibly could be. But I think the best way to tell what it is when you see the fans on the ground, and you can, when they're sitting there collectively together, you could really make out. Sometimes, different stages of people entering the stadium can have different sort of, fans or group of fans coming. So But there are Indian fans there, like you see this.
Yeah,
A lot of Indian fans also, you'll see India jerseys.
I mean,
Every game.
we've seen that. We've seen that on a couple of occasions, both India-Pakistan matches. In fact, the first one I remember, because India were batting second that time. Remember, halfway stage, there weren't a lot of Indian fans. And in fact, there weren't a lot of fans in the stadium per se. But come India into bat, and you saw the second tier also be occupied by Indian fans by then.
I mean, if you want any indication, look at the Sri Lanka-Bangladesh match. Bangladesh fans completely outnumbered the Sri Lankan fans in the stadium, and they had top tier or bottom tier. They had absolutely packed people there. So that's why, I mean, for the first time, Bangladesh have made it to the Super Fours of the Asia Cup after ages. That's why I think the anticipation is higher.
That's also, no, they do consider, like, with India, there's this sort of a big brother, little brother kind of a feeling. So, Bangladesh, rightly or wrongly, I mean, that's your prerogative to judge how it is, or why it is they feel that way. There is this little brother kind of a thing where they feel they are little brothers, and I think that is one reason why you see a lot of boisterous fan support against India as well. I mean, look, say whatever, I'm glad you'll get to see some nice charged up atmosphere potentially, because say whatever you want, India Pakistan hasn't been that charged up from the fan perspective. Today I think you're going to see some boisterous crowds from the Bangladesh side, and if nothing else, makes for good entertainment, makes for a nice atmosphere.
By the way, this is the first time India and Bangladesh are playing a T20 in Dubai.
Oh,
Yeah, they haven't, because in 2022 they came very close, but then they didn't play. ODIs they played a lot in Dubai, so that is why this is the first time they're playing a T20I in Dubai. So we don't know how the pitch is going to be, how the conditions are going to be, because Dubai for me, simple. Win toss, bowl
Chase.
first, chase the total, win the match.
Yeah.
There has been nothing to dispel the notion that these stats don't change in Dubai.
Look at yesterday's match, for example. Yesterday was the 8th match of this Asia Cup at the Dubai International Stadium. Yesterday was Abu
yesterday
Dhabi.
was Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, but yeah, just looking at the games that we've seen till now, so I'm including the group stage matches and the couple of matches in the Super Fours that we've seen in Dubai. You've had 5 times the team that has gone ahead and chased win, and as against just 2 occasions, which was also one match against Oman, the other was against UAE that Pakistan had played, in which the team batting first had won.
Pakistan UAE, that game which got interrupted, Pakistan batted first, UAE didn't make it, so that was in Dubai.
Sir, no, organizers ने बोला
Only
ये हो रही होती है.
instance in this entire Asia Cup.
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
But minnows, you don't know what.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
yeah,
discount those
yeah,
matches
yeah,
because
yeah.
both associate nations. However, if you were to look at full
Yeah,
test
entrance
playing
to
nations or
G1
full
se
member
hai.
nations have
Entrance G1
performed,
se hai.
clearly it's the writing's on the wall. And Pakistan in many ways, that's something that we'd
But
said
that's
as well
road
on
pe bhi nahi, road
the
ke
14th when that match took place, the
Yeah,
first
their
of the 2
situation hai.
encounters between the two sides, that there was a weird decision, a rather strange one from Pakistan to go ahead after winning the toss and to put themselves into bat.
Yeah, I mean,
Negating the history, negating numbers, negating stats,
Exactly.
everything, and hoping to turn a corner.
exactly. So when Nikhil was showing those camera, I mean, they're showing the fans. I thought I caught a glimpse of one of my media friends from Bangladesh. He works for a channel there, and I think he was doing the P2C there. I think I caught a glimpse. I had met him in Nidahas when they had come for the Tri Series. So
You want to get on a Zoom call?
no. He would. I'm connected with him on the phone, but I think he's busy at this point. I think he was from one of the top channels in Bangladesh at this point.
Here you can name.
Yeah. So
Yeah, as long as it's not an Indian
I think
rival
the
channel.
logo, I might be mistaken. I think it was Samoy TV.
Samoa is a pretty,
It's a pretty big TV channel in Bangladesh. So that's why this is the current situation that we have. So
Yeah, so we're 10 minutes away now from the toss, and it doesn't seem like, I have a very interesting update, by the way, which we could be getting. There may be no Litton Das for today's match. We knew that he was an injury concern heading into this match, and what we're also getting to know is that Litton basically had a short conversation with the physio and then headed back into the dressing room. No stretching, no warm-ups. So it could very well be a case that Zakir Ali could be leading the side today in the absence of Litton. That's a huge blow, not only from a captaincy standpoint, but even a batter standpoint. We know Litton is a very key batter now in that
He's
top
the
order.
one who gave you that major scare in Australia. If it wasn't
Adelaide.
for his run out, courtesy KL Rahul, that direct hit that we saw, he gave you a major scare, and he was looking all set to take the match away from India. And experience told us, now that you're looking at this side which doesn't have a Shakib, which doesn't have
Mehmedullah.
Rahim in the middle order as well. There is no Mehmedullah. So all these tall figures of Bangladesh cricket are gone. He's one of those, who's still left, and now they're outnumbered in terms of experienced shoulders. He not being there in this particular match is another jolt, I would say, to Bangladesh, who still look good, I would say. There is a Tauhid Hridroy, there is a Tuscan who's now matured in experience. There is Mustafizur, there's Mahedi who's looking very good with his off spin.
There's also Nasoom, the left armer, who's been bowling pretty stump to stump and darts, and he's been pretty economical also, Nasoom Ahmed. So
Yeah, but Litton not being there is a blow, and he dares to be aggressive at the start, let's not forget.
yeah. But Bangladesh, the same problem. Like Pakistan, they don't play T20I in the modern style. I mean, which batter, when you look at that entire list, has a strike rate in excess of 170 or 180? That is the problem. If you have in the range of 130, 140, that is good for 2015 or 2016 T20I.
And
not for this.
And the thing is that if you want an idea of just how far behind Bangladesh cricket is stuck, let's look at the fact that one of their, arguably one player who's tailor-made for T20s, in Rishad Hussain, is not really a guaranteed starter, which tells you everything you need to know that the guy is a leg spinner, a must-have in T20 cricket, and you can argue even white ball cricket nowadays.
Although Sanju Samson will say, yes, bring him on, because he hit him for 5 sixes.
There's no problem. The thing with Bangladesh, you have to remember, it's a historical problem. Historically, they've not really had too many leg spinners. Go back in time, they've only had, I think, one prior to Rishad.
Alok Kapali.
Exactly. Beyond that, nothing. And the reason for that is that in Bangladesh, the domestic setup, or rather the club setup that they have, which is very influential in deciding how it is that their selection is done, by the way, they mostly prefer spinners who are economical. So they have to be, and economical spinners will usually be the finger spinners. So whether left armers or right armers, they'd prefer someone who can go at an economy of 6 and get 0 wickets than a leg spinner who will go at an economy of 7-8 but could get you 2-3 wickets for that same amount. So it's that safety first kind of an approach which has pretty much stunted Bangladesh in terms of not really getting wrist spinners. So that in itself tells you how far behind the curve they are. And now with no Litton is one batter who can potentially raise the tempo. Now with no Litton, I don't know, man. This looks like it could be a far more one-sided game than expected.
Although for me, the batter who's impressed me more than Litton is Tauhid.
Yeah, Tauhid Hridroy, absolutely.
And perhaps to a certain extent, I mean, remember, there is Tanzid Hassan Tamim and there is Tanzeen Hassan Shakib. Okay, yeah. But Tamim, he's got to get going. I mean, Tanzid Tamim, because see, he has kind of impressed in the under 19 setup, and that's why he came through. But he's not delivered that consistently in the international setup. So somewhere I think Tanzid Tamim has to really get going at this point.
So just a little more on Litton. It turns out he had strained his back during a net session. And then every indication at the moment that Jakir Ali will be the one replacing him. In fact, he's already started to do some wicket-keeping drills.
Bye-bye Litton. If India win this, he's not playing in the Bangladesh. You can't recover from a back strain so quickly.
Yeah.
And that too, you're playing back-to-back. Tomorrow only Bangladesh are playing.
Ooh,
imagine.
Yes.
So I think it could be the end of the tournament. Yeah. If Bangladesh don't win today, it could be the
Doesn't
end of the
look like India are making that one change that everyone was just talking about, which was Jasprit Bumrah. Because Bumrah has marked his run-up. Shivam Dube was even faster than Jasprit Bumrah to mark his run-up.
Oh. So I thought you said he was faster than Jasprit Bumrah. When did Shivam Dube get this much of pace?
If that was the case, then suddenly that like-for-like replacement for Harshad Rana makes a lot more sense.
Exactly. Although 130, 120.
So that tells you India not looking at changing things up.
I'll always go back to what Butler said.
Yes. But Tendeskate anyway mentioned that perhaps after you win this,
Sri Lanka. He said, yeah, of course, you got to be seeding a place first and then you look at resting your bowlers.
By the way, the main question was, when are we getting our team for the West Indies test? It was supposed to happen today.
See, we were talking, it could be just the same time.
Oh, man.
I was thinking suspicion it may be in the middle of the match, whenever that may
but
be.
But then if that is the case, then why will there be a PC?
There won't be a PC.
No,
there was a thing that maybe there might be a PC.
Maybe. I highly doubt.
I highly doubt, Siddharth.
We got our credible sources. Yeah. And
those in the know of things.
Those in the know
yes,
of
those
things.
in the know.
Exactly. So they told us that perhaps there might be a PC. Although it would make sense to have it tomorrow. Tomorrow there is no India game. Actually. Have it tomorrow. There is only Pakistan, Bangladesh, and we know today and tomorrow you will get your finals.
There are cricket matches held on Diwali in this country, for not one but two times. So let that be said less about what would have made sense.
I know.
So many other things would also made sense.
Which was worse, 2022 or 2023? For me, it was 2023.
23, yaar.
Yeah, because
World Cup.
Not just that, it was a World Cup. Netherlands. So you may as well have kept some other team's match. There's so many matches in that format.
And India batted first, went to about 400.
And then we got to see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma bowling.
And they both got wickets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they both got wickets.
They both got wickets. So our Diwali has been ruined by the BCCI not once but twice.
I was very grateful for that Diwali. One, because we were working from home, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
that was there. Second, that was the first Diwali after I got married. And it was very few days after I had gotten married. So
you got married in the England game, if I'm not mistaken.
One day before the England
28th,
match.
was it?
Yeah, 29th was the England match. 28th was when I got
then
married.
was it the game in which Netherlands beat Bangladesh in Kolkata?
I don't remember. I was
He
not
was busy
watching cricket for
getting
obvious
married for
reasons.
that.
Yeah. No, you would know. The
I was
question
busy attending the wedding.
I became the sacrificial lamb, right? Because I couldn't come.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Because of
yeah, no, there were other reasons also.
Yeah.
because somebody had to do the game.
And that too.
That wasn't
The reason.
I think so. I don't know why I couldn't go for the wedding.
I remember you told me your wife and kid had caught the flu.
Yes, they got the flu.
So that was during the time when obviously season was changing. Season was changing, pollution, everything, you name it,
so I
everything
had
was
to
there.
reach home, and thankfully Netherlands obliged, so I could get home earlier. So
Yeah.
we are going to see today. I think simple: win toss, whoever.
It's
bowl.
always that simple when you're talking about toss in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah.
But India, if they get to bat first, then it'll be a challenge, because for all their games, if you look at the period of dominance, I think it's been equally between batting first and defending. I think they have done well in both, because if you look at the last Bangladesh series, they came close to 300 on one occasion. And Abhishek Sharma didn't have a good time in that series. Imagine on those roads he didn't have a good time, but later on in slightly trickier conditions he had a better time. So if you look at it, I think India won't be overwhelmed with the batting first or the batting second bit. Against a better bowling attack, they could kind of. Correct me if I'm wrong, in all the Champions Trophy games, they batted first, right?
I think, no, didn't.
No, Pakistan. They batted second against
Yeah, that's what I was
Pakistan.
thinking. Pakistan, I remember they batted second.
Yeah. Then against New Zealand, both times I think they defended, if I'm not. Or final they chased, defended in the first game. And against, who was the other team? Bangladesh, I think they chased.
I can't remember
Yeah.
time.
So in
Just
that
can't
sense,
remember.
look at Shivam Dube.
See, you see him running around.
Wow, that's really good.
But his
stride and
action
pace.
has become much cleaner. That I will say. His previous action was not that clean. As it was clean, I don't think it worked for him. This one tends to work more for
It
him.
was like Graham Onions with already a stress fracture with that leap.
Yeah, because his leap felt like there was no effort in it.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in an era where you'd see Zahir Khan leap practically vertically.
Yeah.
And then you saw that and you're like, why are you even jumping? Oh, by the way, Jakir Ali is out in the middle for the toss.
It's toss
So yes,
time.
no
Shakir
Litindas
Ali
indeed.
and Surya Kumar Yadav at the toss. Let's see what happens. If India win, hopefully.
I want to see the match ref.
It will be.
Doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter. That you will matter on 28th. 28th will be the key. It won't be.
Tomorrow is rather Pakistan match.
Ah.
I think it'll alternate. If today it's Ruchi Richardson, then tomorrow it'll be.
Yeah, because the match
they'll
referee
both-
has such a tough time.
Now they'll both be in Dubai.
Yeah, the last game happened in Abu Dhabi. No more games in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So yep, I think it is Andy.
It is Andy
It's
Pycroft.
Mr. Pycroft himself.
Okay, so if you're alternating, tomorrow it may not be Pycroft. Day after tomorrow it will be. Oh, final it is Pycroft.
That's assuming we are alternating.
Could be.
Oh, Bangladesh have won the toss.
they'll want
Of course, of course, of course.
Good toss to win.
Toss to win. Yes.
Shaz had to remind Jakir
think
of
he
his
said-
cue.
Bowl.
Yeah.
I think he
Field,
did say
yeah, he
bowl
said
first.
field.
Yeah. That's good for Bangladesh. At least they've gotten. But again, India last time they batted first season, they absolutely mauled them for over 200. But yeah, here in Dubai won't be easy. You don't get to 190, 200 very easily.
And more importantly,
No surprise.
it does tend to ease out a lot in the second inning. So I think how it is that it goes in the first innings, I think that's key. I think India, if I'm India, I have to look at it that, listen, I've got 8 batters. I need to be putting a total of at least 190, 200. Because it will get much easier, and 200 will spook the Bangladesh batters a little bit because they don't quite frankly have the batting, in my opinion, barring one or two batters.
So
we have the team, Nishi.
I have the team, and it is unchanged. It is Shubman Gill.
No need for a
Abhishek
drum roll.
Sharma. Yeah, no drum roll. Shubman Gill, Abhishek Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Sanju Samson, Shivam Dube, Hardik Pandya, Aksar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, Jassi. No changes in the Indian bowling, in the Indian setup. It's the same team, but yes, if you win this game, then you may rest Jasprit Bumrah before the final. So
Anyway, something
just,
that
just
might-
a confirmation coming in from the stand-in Bangladesh skipper that Liton Das did unfortunately end up hurting himself in the net session. So that's why he missed. As we just told you a few minutes back as well. And Zakir Ali says that he's really looking forward to this particular match. Obviously hoping to win this one and cause a second upset, if I may call. They've already upset Sri Lanka once.
Yep.
And they'll be looking to cause another upset.
see, imagine you can still have 3 teams on 4 points with only 2 making it. Because see, if Bangladesh win today, they get to 4. Sri Lanka remain mathematically alive.
And India win on Friday.
India win on Friday, they get to 4. Pakistan, if they beat Bangladesh, they get to 4.
So 3
it will
teams.
all boil down to net run rate.
I can't help but notice, or couldn't help but notice, that Sky actually shared a bit of a fist bump with Zakir Ali. Interesting.
Of course, I mean, we don't have that much of tensions, although there are bilateral tensions.
There
with
were a
Bangladesh.
few, quite a
Remember the
few.
series?
War, no. Was, is.
I mean, the series got postponed, if you remember.
2026 September it's been postponed to. So yes, there are some bilateral tensions, but I think it has not spilled over that much because Bangladesh is not doing anything jingoistic at this point in time to really make India angry. Unlike Pakistan, that do it on a very consistent basis, and they continue to do it on a regular basis as well. I mean, Shane's done a video that one more
That will hopefully be out soon.
one more Pakistani player has indulged in a 6-0 taunt.
And he's a repeat serial offender, by the way, Mr. Fahim Ashraf,
Yeah, do check that video out.
when it's up.
Yeah, Pakistan, they never learn.
Yeah, so
And
India
they will
going
never
with
win.
India going with an unchanged 11. I'd be very interested to see how it is that Bangladesh lineup now with no Liton, because I do think that leaves a big hole, gaping hole in their batting lineup. Let's be very frank.
I think we might have the Bangladesh team also. I'll just.
Can we just scroll down?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I
we don't have
know
it yet over
the-
here.
I might just get it. So just wait a minute. No, they haven't announced it here. So just. Wait.
But anyway, any surprise really that they chose to go with the same 11? Because I think now, see, one of the things you have to keep in mind is that in the second innings, you're going to have Dew.
Oh, Bangladesh made 4 changes.
Whoa!
Tuskin, Sharaful and Mahedi all miss out.
Almost out. What?
Yeah.
So Rishad comes in, your leg spinner.
Rashad is in, Imon is in.
Jakir can't remember the other two.
Yeah, jacket. One obviously is
Yevo.
he himself.
Yeah.
ये वो
ये वो अरे क्या बोलते हैं उसको
Yeah, boy.
so everybody is getting the Rohit Sharma at this point in time. So well done, you wanted Rishad, you got Rishad Hossain.
Good. I think he's one player who needs to be playing for Bangladesh a lot more in white ball cricket.
Yeah, but Tuskin not playing. He was very impressive in the game unless he's got a niggle.
I doubt. I maybe who have they replaced him with? Once we know that, then we'll know, because I think it might be a tactical call. Although surprising that it's Tuskin. Maybe Mustafiz they've kept because
Yeah, Mustafiz definitely. He's your gun bowler in T20 eyes for Bangladesh, and that's why.
Is there something wrong with the team sheet? Have they made some sort of an error? Because surprising that it's been 5 minutes that the toss has been done.
I mean,
still
I
don't
think
have
they're
it.
just kind of finalizing who are the teams. So yes, Tuskin's not in. Shariful, I think Shariful did struggle, but Mahedi was quite decent.
arguably one of your better players, and his off spin has proved very crucial.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's the situation regarding Bangladesh. So maybe it could be a niggle, it could be tactical, but then tactical where you want to seal a place in the final. But unlike Bangladesh, if you win today, Bangladesh, it doesn't guarantee
Okay,
them a
there we
final.
have it.
Yeah. So Saif Hassan, Saif did well in the game against Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
by the way. Then there is Tanzid Hassan Tamim. There is Parvez Hussain Imon, Tawhid Hridoy, Shamim Hussain, Zakir Ali is your keeper and captain. Mohammad Saifuddin, okay. Rishad Tanzim Hassan Saqib, I mean, good hit the deck bowler. You got Nasoom Ahmed, the left arm orthodox, and you got Mustafizur.
So that's it. That explains it then. No, you've got a left arm orthodox, and you've got who are the spin options?
You got
Rishad.
Rishad is leg spin.
Yeah, so you have 2 spin options there, which I've named.
But
beyond that,
But why would you drop a Mahedi? Because India have got alternate left-handed batters also.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And India have had the problems against your traditional off spinners as well.
I mean, if you look at
Bangladesh, remember one of the sides that troubled you a couple of years back. That test match, not just that, but the other matches you played as well. I remember you needed Shreyas Iyer to bail India out in the test match.
the one in Mirpur, where
Yeah.
you won by 3 wickets, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
it was him in Pant. Yes.
Yeah, he and Pan. So, I don't know, must be an injury then. There is no grounds to drop Mahedi. That's the problem. I remember, we're not talking about Mehdi Hassan Miraz, it is Mahedi Hassan at this point in time. So, yeah, but Nasoom, good choice. Mustafiz, good choice. Rishad, Because even if you have a left-hander, the ball is coming in. If you're a leg spinner, it gives Abhishek and all the others the arc
But
to go
I
over
mean,
deep
a
wicket.
wrist spinners don't struggle as much as an off spinner when it comes to moving the ball both ways, right? Every wrist spinner, every leg spinner worth his salt in today's day and age has a googly. So I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. I think you'd want a leg spinner because again, wrist spinners are more attacking options. I think that's the only logic. Plus, don't forget he adds a bit of depth to their batting. If he's coming in at number 8, he possesses that ability to hit big.
Yeah.
So he can do that as well. So I think that's the main reason why you'd go for him. Other than that, though, yeah, I think Mahdi Hassan not being there is a bit of a surprise. I had no indication because with Litton we kind of knew, right? It was, reports coming in yesterday itself that said he may very well be missing out because he'd picked up a bit of a back issue, and I doubt he's playing tomorrow either by that regard.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
See, because if you look at Parvez Hussain Imon, I mean, again, he is one of the key guys in that Under-19 World Cup triumph of 2020.
2020. Yeah.
So, he's played 4 games against India, but has an average of only 11 at a strike rate of 87 with the bat. And he's a wicket keeper. He won't contribute much with the ball.
No,
So,
obviously not.
that is where I'm wondering, have they compromised their bowling ability to get a better batting depth?
Could be.
That is the thing. And okay, if you wanted, Zakir Ali could just play as a batter. You could have given Parvez Hussain Imon as your keeper then. But I don't know. It's strange. It gives me no, unless there is an injury.
Or maybe I'm just thinking this is going to be very conservative then from Bangladesh if they're thinking of the game that they have against Pakistan tomorrow they want the bowlers fresh.
No, then that is terrible.
Exactly. That'll be very conservative and that's telling you the mindset that you're going in with is a very defeatist mindset.
Yeah, that we're going to lose this match anyway.
And you're saving your best for the match tomorrow. Which is going to be a shocker if we get to know that in the press conference or at the post-match stage, whatever time it is. That's the only other reason, but it'll be very conservative.
It is unbelievable because you go out there to win. And okay, I think, this is going to be a very interesting concept because Abhishek Sharma, he scored only 8 runs of 7 balls against Tanzim Hassan Saqib, but has dismissed him twice. So this will be the contest. I mean, I think what Tanzim Hassan Saqib does is he's very zippy. I mean, he hits that back of a line, gets it to climb up. Somewhere I think Abhishek has a problem. He top edges the ball. You remember, in that Zimbabwe series, he was often guilty of top edging earlier and he got caught. He would be dismissed. So that's why either it would be 100 or it would be nothing. So that is where Tanzim is a good matchup for Abhishek Sharma. If he gets, this is where India will be tested. I'm glad Bangladesh chose to bowl today because what if you encounter a situation where, okay, we need to bat first in the final, what will be the total? Anywhere in excess of 200 is the only time then you'll win by batting first in Dubai. Because otherwise you look at 2021, 180, 190, nothing was safe. I think Pakistan couldn't defend 190 plus against Australia in that semi-final. When Wade hit those 3 sixes of Shaheen. Yeah. I think it was 190 plus if I'm not mistaken, that Pakistan-Australia encounter. So, yeah, it's not looking good. And
it's a fresh trip. It's a fresh trip as I understand from the pitch report that's been done by Simon Dool and Ravi Shastri. Yeah, there is a fair bit of grass as well, and yeah.
Yeah, but the grass is more to kind of hold the wicket
Hold the
together.
wicket, yeah.
And what we're also getting to know is that essentially, not only will spinners be key, but it will also be important for the pacers later in the innings to be taking the pace off the ball. So I think that will also be a trick you see many employers going to be more than a few slower balls.
Yep. Because if you look at the two best spinning units apart from India in this team, in this Super Force, Bangladesh were right up there. They had a very good, varied spin bowling lineup. Sri Lanka, I mean, looking at it, you only had Hasaranga in patches. Tikshana played only the last game. Dunit Vellalage has been off color. He didn't play the last game. So, the only other team with a decentish spin bowling lineup was Bangladesh, and they have rested Mahedi. I don't know. That's a very strange decision for me. So let's take a couple of comments then, if we can get some. Okay, Bangladesh. Let's see. Okay.
So let's see. We have Anurag says Abhishek must bowl today. Not sure why. I mean, you have enough bowling really.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So freaking awesome is also like saying dibbly-dobbly bowlers like Dubey usually does well on slow wickets. Can he do well on flat wickets is the question. Let's see how he'll perform in Australia and at home.
He makes a good point. It's a good point.
Because on truer conditions in New Zealand, he got hammered by Ross Taylor.
Yeah.
So that's why. And I don't know, like what, even I agree with Shane. Abhishek must bowl today. Why? Unless if there are too many right-handers in the Bangladesh setup, then you bowl. Then in that sense. Then, okay, Shubham Joshi, I don't know that. Let's go down. Sir, what should be your pecking order for India Test? That's what Sahil Saxena is asking. For number 3 position were number 5, 6 options. Sarfraz, Sai Sudarshan, Devdutt Padikkal, Karun Nair, Abhimanyu Ishwaran, Rajat Patidar.
See, I don't think Abhimanyu Ishwaran is getting a game unless you rest an opener. So,
and Sarfraz is injured.
Yeah.
And now I have my doubts about Karun as well.
Same. So it might very well be between Sai Sudarshan. See, Sai Sudarshan, you know, he got a chance in the England game, in the England series. Devdutt is an option. Patidar has done well recently in domestic cricket. So, but I think Sai Sudarshan might be the first or the most preferred of those, because I think Karun has kind of fallen off the radar a little bit. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
In the Australia A game that's happening, Sudarshan has impressed. But today it's been a disastrous show from the India A side, because Australia A made about 400 plus. India A all out for 194. They have conceded a big lead. And they are anyway 16 for 3 in the second innings, Australia. So it's not going to be easy on a wicket that is offering assistance for the pacers and spinners both. So let's see. Abhimanyu Ishwaran forever to be sidelined. He's not getting a game. Devdutt Padikkal might be.
Perhaps, yeah, he smashed a ton, no, in the previous match.
Yeah, he did. Devdutt and Dhruv both did. Yeah. So, and okay, good for Anurag. Good for India. Chance to make 200.
I mean, I don't know.
You wish it's that straightforward, but
It won't be.
That's
Because see, if you have to score 190, 200. Simple. Then and only then in Dubai you can win. Otherwise, 170 gives you a chance. Bangladesh did chase down 170 against Sri Lanka, but India have a better bowling lineup in that sense.
Priyanshu also mentions what we were talking about, saying that no Litton, so obviously Litton is injured, but no Taskir, no Shoriful, no Mahedi. Bangladesh playing smart, going to lose today, so rest him for today. If that is indeed the case, it's a very defeatist mindset. I don't think it's playing smart. I think it is actually just giving up, and it's disrespecting the match a little bit, even though it's against much superior opposition. You're just saying that no, there's no point. I think, look, professional players, you should be able to play 2 games in 2 days.
So Bangladesh are more confident of beating Pakistan. But they are not confident of beating India. Same bowling lineup or different bowling lineup. That shows how India have scarred Bangladesh. I mean, look at it. 16-1. 16-1 in T20.
some of those matches were rather close though.
Yeah, it is. So, that is the thing. Again, Tala Khan, they are resting now tomorrow match. Bangladesh already feel that is the overall sentiment.
No, guys. See, while that's a possibility, one hopes that this is not the mindset that they've turned up with.
Yeah.
It's just a possibility.
Yep.
And Vinod is asking the golden question.
Where
He
is
says,
it?
what time is the test squad announcement expected?
Wish we knew.
Vinod, your guess is as good as ours at this point. And truth be told, even we would really like, even we would really like to know when exactly that is.
Yep.
Let's see some more questions on a
Anshu
lot
is
of things.
asking you,
Yes.
yeah.
Anshu says, please, Shade sir, please tell me, Chamika's whose quota? Either he should play full batsman or full bowler. Yesterday, he cost SL the game poor with the bat. I mean, yeah, Chamika is technically supposed to be an all-rounder, but yesterday he was bad with both rules. So I agree. I think they keep going back to him because of a real lack of options.
I mean, both your all-rounders in the Sri Lankan team have been terrible. Kamindu's over in that game against Bangladesh totally changed the context of the match. He conceded 17, if I'm not mistaken, in that one over. And Bangladesh just sailed through in that point in time. So
Siddharth makes a very interesting point and one I really want to tap upon. The guys, past 2 days, social media has been flooded criticizing the Ballon d'Or rankings, even though we all know there's no jury deciding these, but just votes. Aren't people too obsessed, Siddharth? Yes. The problem is, and that's the thing, see, it's the beauty, but it's also the ugly side of an award like the Ballon d'Or, is that it is, as you say correctly, is decided by votes. So some years, there's no real consistency. And that's been my problem with it. But it is a problem that exists because every member nation has 3 votes. So the captain will vote, will give his top 3. The coach, the national team coach will give, and one designated journalist from every member nation will also cast votes. So that's a lot of votes, and that is why sometimes it can get very arbitrary.
And a lot of personal bias as well. When you have real stakeholders and the coach and the players also involved, and we know that there's player
I'll
ego.
give you an example.
There's player ego at stake. There's so much. Even journalists, I would say, are no
Well, they're
holier
not
than
really
thou.
exempt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. They're no holier than thou figures.
I'll give you
and
an
we've
example.
seen some horrible decisions being made in the past as well. Shin and I have been butting heads over this as well over the last 2 days about how
Can you call
Rafinha's
this-
finished outside the top 3.
It makes no sense.
About how a Cole Palmer is finished ahead of Pedri, who
And you
finished
see, that's
11th.
that
Again,
I think
we-
is debatable
yeah.
because you have to remember Cole, and this is not me defending him as a Chelsea fan. I did some research. 20 Premier League man of the matches last year. 20.
But
In a league
as
as
we were
competitive
talking
as the
about,
Premier
he
League.
sort of fizzled out in the second half of the
No,
league.
but by that logic, so even Dembele was good in only one half of the season. First half of the
But
season.
when you look at his overall numbers, how he finished.
Overall numbers, he was good. There was no
damn
two
good.
ways about
Yeah.
it. But he was good one half of the season. If you're going by consistency, it should have been Rafinha. He was good throughout the season. Even Lamine was up and down. So I was very surprised that Yamal finished in second position and Vitinha was in third. Really, Vitinha. I mean, no disrespect to the guy, but from which angle are you voting him?
No, see, he was definitely very good,
Yeah,
and he
he was
deserved to be in the
excellent.
top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe top 5. See, what Vitinha brings to the table, he is never going to be racking up the numbers that a Dembele will.
that's correct, that's correct.
That a Yamal will. If he's not going to be as forward going as a player as these guys are, you're not going to be getting those. It's the control that he gets. It's the way that he'll split off in the midfield. That's what Vitinha does, and for his age, he was doing a very good job.
But
One of
and
hottest
also the
talents.
other
most
thing.
controversial Ballon d'Or, if you look at it.
No, that was last year, 24. People were mad that Rodri got it.
No, even 21.
21, 19. There's been a lot of
There's
them.
been a few.
Even
Fair few.
18 for that matter. I didn't understand why Modric got it on what vibes. No disrespect. I really love him as a player. Top notch, one of the best midfielders I've seen.
Yeah.
But he basically got given a Ballon d'Or for losing the FIFA World Cup final.
Finally.
Sorry.
made that, yeah.
Griezmann.
Yeah, it should have been Griezmann.
How well did Atleti do that year?
And if you're going by the World Cup, then he was France's best player.
Yeah, see, with that way, so it sort of makes sense. Vitinha was also part of the treble winning side, right?
That way
And
I
what
agree.
he does can never be quantified.
Yeah, by that logic, then I think, and I'll contradict myself, I was perfectly okay with Rodri winning it. Perfectly okay. But then Rodri's also been playing at that level for years.
Yeah.
He's been operating at that level. But I think, Siddharth, you make a good point about the thing that, people are too mad, because I agree. I think Real Madrid are one club who have not covered themselves in any glory when it comes to this. They boycotted it 2 years on the trot, and they keep saying, forces are against us. I'm like, bro, you're one of the biggest clubs in the world. What forces exactly could possibly be against you? Like, there is absolutely no chance.
Okay, so yes, we've got some update regarding the India-West Indies test team announcement.
The Test Indies.
Yes, BCCI to hold press conference, Ajit Agarkar in Dubai tomorrow afternoon.
Very interesting.
So for once, BCCI are thinking straight. How on earth are you going to announce it when there is a match happening here? So that is what. Okay, so tomorrow after.
This tells me that there could be more than meets the eye, because bilateral series we've seen in the past that there's just a tweet, an email and a WhatsApp message is all that we get. The fact that the chief selector will be in Dubai, or would have been in Dubai for a few days now, I'm guessing.
He was there in the overseeing the practice session.
Exactly. The fact that he is willing to take questions, there could be a few things we'd be interested to know. There is a Shreyas Iyer email or a letter that we
for
know
me,
of. This,
yeah, I
it's
think the
gonna-
changes that are there, I think I can think of 3 major changes. No Shreyas Iyer for the entirety of this red ball leg in India.
See, he had, let's be very fair, an outside shot because he had not been in
But
the
his
test.
best shot.
His best shot, you can
That's what
argue.
you thought right now as well, Siddharth.
Yeah.
No, now that's what I'm saying. This was his best shot, but now
Asia Cup also was his best chance.
I'm talking about red
In
ball.
place of who? That's the real problem.
But I'm just saying in terms of the chance that he's
White ball, I'm not talking about white ball, only red ball.
Yeah.
This was his best chance because he done well in the Ranji, he had done well in all the other red ball series that was there. But now with this email, I think safe to say his test career might be done.
All but
Done. So yeah, and I think there will be no Bumrah. He won't play the 2 tests.
Yeah. I would hope not.
Yeah. You might see, I mean, there are reports coming in that Manav Sutar might come in as one of the backups, because if Jadeja doesn't play, then Sutar might get a chance.
And I think Sutar has been in decent form during the, I think he's part of the India A squad right
He
now.
took a 5-wicket
Yeah, he
fall
took a
in the
5,
India
yes.
Australia first test also. So Manav Sutar is there. But I think the major debate, do you rest a Shubman Gill?
I would
Because
not.
he's been playing non-stop. He's the only guy who's been playing non-stop.
Yeah,
Not
see,
non-stop,
you
he
had a
1
1 month break. You had a full
Exactly.
1 month break.
Sure, but then you look at it. See, now from October, from this point on until December, look at your series that you're going to play. You're playing 2 tests. Then after that, you go to Australia for 3 ODIs and 5 T20Is. Gill is the only 3 format player amongst this entire group that I'm talking about. Then you got South Africa from November to December. Then you got New Zealand in January. Then you got the T20 World
See,
Cup.
if you're looking at giving him some sort of break, there's always the ODI series, because you've got no major ODI tournament to look forward to right now. While
Then
that
you
will
only got 6
while,
ODIs.
see, you've got again. Are you willing to do what exactly you've been doing for the last couple of years when it comes to T20 cricket? Because when you were preparing for 24, you were playing only those players at the time that you wanted to feature in the 2024 T20 World Cup, barring of course Virat and
The late
Rohit.
recall.
Yeah, who then came back into the side, and always, there was always going to be a straight walk-in for those guys. But if you're going to be adopting the same template right now, then you might as well rest a Shubman Gill, bring him back when you're preparing then for 2027.
See,
That's the only way that I see Siddharth.
because for the first time, I don't remember when there was, apart from the BGT and England series, which are key series for India, when did you have a press conference to announce a test series
Exactly
for
my
West Indies
point.
and Sri Lanka or a New Zealand?
Exactly my point.
Yeah. There could be, that's why I'm saying it could all revolve around Shubman Gill's availability. I'm pretty much sure, otherwise there need not have had been any press conference.
Or, I mean, you can also look at it this way, that the new selection committee has been a little bit more press friendly in the sense that they have regularly held press conferences. And
But not for bilaterals.
Agreed. But it could very well be just a coincidence that, because he's in Dubai and they know that there's a contingent of the Indian media in Dubai anyway. So, okay, go for
But
it.
when has there
And
been
Shubman's also there.
any
Just
such
addressing-
consideration for the Indian
That's
media?
what I'm saying. There hasn't been that consideration. But, I mean, under Agarkar, you have seen more open press conferences.
I think, yeah, that I agree with. I think there'll be a few headlines from that press conference tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So you got the press conference tomorrow, Dubai afternoon. I think about.
What time are we talking about, Siddharth?
That is a really good question.
What time are we talking about?
That is a really
And
good
which
question.
time zone are we talking about?
Hopefully 3 p.m. IST.
Because this tweet doesn't tell us any of that.
Hopefully 3 p.m. IST and 1:30 p.m. Dubai time. That's afternoon.
We should write that down somewhere.
Afternoon
1:30
is very loose a term right now.
Yeah, afternoon can be anything. It can be 12 o'clock. also.
This is whom I'm talking about. You see this guy, Rakib.
Your friend?
He holds the distinction for being the oldest media manager. Why? Ever since Bangladesh came into international cricket from 2000 until now, he's been their media manager.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Speak about-
everybody in every other country, the media managers have changed.
Speak about job satisfaction.
25 years and counting. He has been with the Bangladesh cricket team. So,
Amazing.
yeah. Every ICC event, every series that Bangladesh have played, he's been there.
Anyway, since the anthems are on now, let's quickly get to predictions.
So you can predict slowly also.
This is the longest national anthem.
Isn't the Lankan anthem even longer?
It's kind of similar. I think
I think the
Bangladesh-
Lankan's longer.
I think so. By about 5-6 seconds, I think there's longer. Sri Lanka Mata, and this is Amar Shonar Bangla that's been played. India is the shortest, 52 seconds.
Very interesting that the national anthems of both nations been written by one person, Rabindranath Tagore.
Yes, indeed. So, yep. So that's
Predictions?
That's why Sri Lanka Bangladesh they come 10 minutes before.
Yeah,
It's the longest national anthems for both. So
it's like a single, man.
yeah. So yep. But look at it, massive Bangladeshi presence in. The
Yeah, that's good. As I say, I think you'll get some pumped up atmosphere. It's always nice. It always adds to the sport.
Yep. So please, predictions.
So, approximately it's 1 minute for the Bangladesh anthem. 10 seconds more you need to add to the Sri Lankan anthem.
Okay. Yep. So good.
Okay, predictions. I'll go.
You go, yeah.
It's a bit of an outlandish one, but I think India get about 197 and win.
Oh, so you're 100 less than the one that they did in Dubai. In Hyderabad, 297 that they did. Okay. 185. And India are holding on for the win. They are sealing their place in the final.
Hey, your favorite person?
Oh, Sudhir. Lovely.
Good thing you didn't call him.
No, backstory into
I
that.
am going to go with. Actually, I had 187 in mind, but since you've gone with 185, I'm going to be coming up with a new number. I'll then go. Shin, you've gone with 197, right?
Correct.
I'll make that 194.
Ooh, that's close.
Yeah. So only I have kept the lowest estimate at this point. When was the last time a 200 plus was scored in Dubai? That I
Oh, it's been a while.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it must have been 4-5 years.
It's not been this tournament for sure.
Neither was Asia Cup 2022.
Yeah, neither of them saw 200 scores.
Neither 2021. I'm pretty much sure even 2021 you didn't see 200 plus.
21 you
T20 World Cup.
may have seen, I'm not sure. But I know the both Asia Cups that have been held in Dubai, UAE, you haven't seen.
Oh, how much when Virat hit that 100, how much was
The
that?
Afghanistan
score?
match.
Yeah.
Oh, that may have been one, yeah.
Could have been. Yeah, that's what I'll just check. I'm just looking at it. The high scores in the T20Is. So just wait.
So those are our predictions. You guys can let us know as well in the comments, what you think.
Okay.
And what?
Yes. 2022, 212 for 2.
There we
Yeah.
go, 212.
And Sri Lanka made 211 for 3 in 2013. 211 for 6 by Ireland in 2017. Netherlands 206 versus Bermuda in 2019. 204 for 4 against Bermuda in 2019 by Scotland. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the only 5 instances in which 200 plus has been scored in Dubai International.
So basically only once it's happened in recent past.
Once post-COVID. That's it. Rest have happened in 13, 17, 19, 19.
Interesting.
Yes. So, yeah, the Bangladeshi guys are coming out. And Abhishek Sharma, let's hope he can overcome his weakness against Tanzid Hassan Saqib. Let's see. It all sets up for a good game. Let's hope.
Anyway, you guys tell us your thoughts in the comment section. Clearly, I've got my focus now on the screen. But we'll see you guys in hopefully 90 minutes from now.
No. You're going to see...
Okay, 110.
110. Exactly. That's
110.
the best estimate. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will be more realistic than optimistic. Yeah. So yeah, that's when we'll see you guys. Drop in your thoughts in the comments as to what you think India could finish with at the end of their quota of 20 overs. For now, we'll take your leave, but see you at the halfway stage.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.